Good day, everyone. My name is Rudy Page, the Chair of the Electoral Committee for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, and also for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council. I have with me colleagues Richard Davis and Ray Duncan, and we're just going to have a dialogue around the frequently asked questions as it relates to the forthcoming elections. The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is in fact the successor body to the Diaspora Advisory Board, which comprises of members from the traditional diaspora destinations. That's Canada, UK, and USA. It is a more inclusive and expansive diaspora engagement mechanism and serves as a major tool for diaspora outreach across the world. The Council evolved out of discussions with a wide range of stakeholders, as well as the previous Diaspora Advisory Board members, who did acknowledge the need for further expansion and inclusiveness of the engagement processes within and across the diaspora. The Council will serve as an advisory and consultative body which can explore pathways for increased engagement and partnership with the diaspora on matters of interest to both the diaspora and Jamaica. The Council also represents another avenue for the diaspora to be involved in Jamaica's development at the policy level across several sectors, in addition to addressing matters impacting the diaspora where they reside. The aim is for this to lead to greater synergies between the diaspora and Jamaica. The membership of the Council consists of 28 Jamaicans, 14 elected and 14 appointed, drawn from Africa, Asia, and the Pacific, the Middle East, the Caribbean, Latin America, Europe, United States of America, Canada, and the United Kingdom. The Council will also include individuals drawn from the diaspora and Jamaica with expertise in the following sectors: education, health and wellness, arts, sports and culture, citizen security, development, faith-based community, commerce, agriculture, and environment. So I'd just like to ask my colleague now, Richard, just to talk to us about the election process and the nomination process that is taking place at the moment. And I should just say, of course, that the end of the voter registration and nomination period will be Monday, the 2nd of January. Over to you, Richard.
Right. Good evening or good morning, wherever you are tuning into this event from. I think, thank you, Rudy, to give us an insight into the background to the election processes. Well, I'm just going to talk about the more specific around the different processes that make up the elections. And talking the election process itself, right? The way we actually put things into context, election process is carried out at the end of the 3-year tenure of both the council in order to choose the candidates that would serve to execute the overall impetus of the council, deepening diaspora engagement with Jamaica and engaging and connecting with young Jamaican globals. Please see the election process timeline flyers for further information on the official website. Again, if people need any further information, if they have difficulty with the website, we can supply them with a more very insightful flyers that we prepared over the last couple of weeks. The voting process Yeah, how will I vote? The voting registration started from November the 10th and is going to continue until the 2nd of January 2023. Right, there is also a website where you can actually click on that web link and you take it straight to take you through the processes. Again, the deadline for as I mentioned before, it will be on the 2nd of January 23. And hopefully when people go on the link, they will find the process very easy, very seamless to navigate their way around. Again, if not, we will try our best to assist if you have difficulty. We're mindful that everyone is very IT savvy, but we don't want people to in any way actually lose out on their opportunity to vote in the process.
Just
So, no problem.
Richard, yeah. To give the website address, which is glowjamcouncils.com. glowjamcouncils.com.
Okay. Again, we can repeat that if people want it at the end of this session. Right. The voting period again start from 10th of January, but that continue until the 27th of January. So people have until the 27th of January in which to partake in the voting actually process. Right, regarding the voting process, as when people actually navigate through the link, as I mentioned before, regarding the voting registration, they will notice that there will be North and South elect as part of the election process. There is some people living in the north of the country. Again, I always advise people to check the flyers. If not, we can provide the flyers or they can go on the website, because the interpretation of North and South to people as we know it is different in regarding this election processes. So it's really important that you actually to have a clear understanding of that.
Okay, maybe what I should do there then, Richard, just so that people know, within the UK, there are two regions in terms of for voting. So there's UK North, which is Northeast, Northwest, East Midlands, West Midlands, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. So that's the North. And then we have UK South, which is London, Southeast, Southwest, Wales, Isle of Wight, Balloch of Jersey, Guernsey and Sark, and the Isles of Scilly.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's really just demonstrate the length and breadth that we're hoping to go out to make sure wherever Jamaican resides across the UK that they have the opportunity to partake in the process. So in the coming weeks, again, especially up to the voting period, we're going to again go a lot more push to make sure everyone actually feel that they have an opportunity to partake in the process. Right. The other bit I want to go on, it's equally important to regarding the voting, is the nomination. This is the opportunity where Jamaicans, people of Jamaican heritage, and feel that they think that they meet the relevant criteria that we can go on discuss later, is they have until the 2nd of January in which to complete their registration form and submit that form. So, and before we could be able to look at them and make sure they assess if they meet the criteria. Again, there's a link. There's a specific link as well for that one. It actually, it's attached to the website and it's very clearly help you to navigate through the various process. Again, as part of this session we're doing today, question and answer, some of the key points out of that will actually will come under the Q&A session. Yeah, but the main thing regarding the nomination, which actually, as I said, we're open from the 10th of November, so people already start completed the nomination form, but people still have up to the 2nd of January, and people are still busy over the festive period, but we just want to be mindful we still have the opportunity in which to to get your registration in before the 2nd of January. Right. Again, the election committee will review all nominations. Suppose the nominations of a candidate is accepted, subject to meeting the criteria by the electoral committee. They will actually be put forward. The candidate will receive the most votes, will be selected to represent either the North and South. We also have within the election process, we have the Youth Council as well, and there will be representation just similar to the main process as I mentioned earlier. For the North and South, we're going to have a Youth Council on that age from 18 to 35. So yeah, we're hoping that we have a lot more interest among the young people. They're the future generation, and we want to demonstrate that they think that they can contribute in the process in every way possible. Again, we'll hope the frequently asked questions will be able to help them to address any concern or any issue that they're not clear about. Right, that's where I'm left it for now. Yes, we're going to continue this process for the next half an hour or so, and if there's any other key points, hopefully you can pick that up during the next session of the frequently asked question.
Okay, thank you for that, Richard. And just to be clear for everybody so they understand that the whole process will be overseen and managed by the electoral committee. And in fact, there's an electoral committee in the UK, Canada, and US. Right. So if you are, and it is a fair process, independent process. So any individuals who are selected as a member of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council have not been eligible to sit on any of the electoral committees. So Ray, I'm going to move across to you now.
Okay.
And
all right, so just picking up on the electoral committee and going on from that, is just a question of why do people need to register to vote? It is important that we have more transparent and accountable mechanism. Jamaicans in the diaspora will be required to register to vote online during the period up until the 2nd of January in order to vote in their respective regions. And it's quite important that you register to vote in the region over which you are domiciled. So someone who lives in London cannot register to vote in the North UK, and someone who lives in the North cannot register to vote in the South. What we will do when we get the registrations through, we will check the addresses that are registered against the region to which they're registered. And if they're incorrectly registered, we will try and contact those people to ask them to re-register. If they don't, then they won't be eligible to vote. The data that we collect will be stored during the election process, but will be destroyed afterwards. Now, in terms of the nomination of the candidates to the council, nominations will be required to submit an electronic nomination declaration form to the persons they would like to nominate, and you can self-nominate, of course, but 5 individuals will be required to support each nomination. And you can get more information from the mfaft.gov.jm in terms of the criteria for nomination. And in terms of the criteria for membership to the council, and in order to vote, you must be a Jamaican or of Jamaican heritage and be of at least 18 years of age at the days of the election. And you can only vote, as I said, in the designated location for which you are domiciled. As Richard said earlier on, nominated council member will hold a post for 3 years. And a longer term will better facilitate the achievement of agreed deliverables during that tenure of membership. And the leadership of the council will be managed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, with responsibility for diaspora affairs. And they will serve as the chair of the council. And the minister can appoint a vice chair. The council will meet once per quarter, including via video conference. Additional meetings may be convened as deemed necessary. As Richard mentioned before, there is the main council, and there's also a youth council made up of diaspora members aged 18 to 35. And to be eligible for membership to the council, as their participation is critical to the sustainability of the diaspora movement. Youth members will be drawn from the leadership of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council and will be appointed for the first term of office. And for this term of office, they're actually going to be elected in the same manner as the main council members. So there is a nomination process, and the voting process is in parallel to what is being built for the council. And the final point I want to make is that the members of the council will not be compensated. It's purely on a voluntary basis. And so there is no monetary gain from joining the council, but of course, it's important as members of the diaspora to give back as much as we can to our country. You're on mute now, Rudy.
Thank you for that, Ray. And just to also confirm that the people can vote by postal ballot, and those ballots should be sent to the Jamaica High Commission, which is 1 to 2 Prince Consort Road, South Kensington, London, Southwest 7 2BZ. That's the Jamaica High Commission, 1 to 2 Prince Consort Road, South Kensington, London, Southwest 7 2BZ. And you can always go to the High Commission's website and get more information. Just search for Jamaica High Commission London, and all the details will come up there if you need to get the date.
It's probably worth mentioning as well, sorry, Rudy, that even though the postal ballots will be sent to the High Commission is not involved in this process directly in any way. It's the Electoral Committee controls all aspects of the election and is independent of the High Commission.
Absolutely. And in order for those votes to be counted, or nominations to be counted, then the latest postmark is the 24th of January. So the voting period actually finishes online on the 27th of January, but any postal vote would have to have been received postmark date the 24th of January if you're voting through postal votes.
Rudy, can I just raise a point? As we know, we are in the middle of strikes that included a postal strike as well. And just to follow on to the point Rudy made, which is very important, as long as the post, we might recommend people to either record a post or make sure it's being stamped prior to that date for it to make sure it will be a valid post.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get a receipt these days, can't you? Just for sending letter. So that's actually a good point. Thanks for that. Okay, so I think the next real point I think people should understand is that in terms of the process, let me just go through it again carefully. So what we're saying, the end of the voter registration and nomination period is the Monday, the 2nd of January. That is the end of the voter registration and nomination period. And then on the 5th of January, Tuesday, the 5th of January, that will be the publication of the final slate of candidates. And then, that on that same date, that's when the official campaigning period will begin. The official campaigning period does not begin until the 5th of January, which is a Thursday. And that will go through right through to the 20th or 27th of January. So the actual voting period is the 10th of January through to the 27th of January. So the voting period will be from the 10th of January to the 27th of January. On the 30th of January, we will certify the election results. That's the electoral committee. And then on the 1st of February will be the announcement of the election results. Richard or Ray, is there any point that you may want to bring up at any of those points? Any points of clarity?
I think we've covered most of the questions that we had previously identified.
Right. All right.
Can I just add quickly to that, just to remind people, I know people may miss this program we mentioned before. It's going to be recorded, so people have a chance to recap some of the key points. Also, the frequently asked question will be in its full version will be on the website as well, to make sure people have a chance to go and visit that. But we just want to impress upon people, as Rudy rightly said, the time is very short. We have until the 2nd, next Monday, so we really want people to get themselves on the nomination ballot, as well as get themselves registered to vote by the 2nd. So it's those two crucial dates, and it's coming very fast. So we really want people to act very quickly to make sure they're part of the process.
Right. Thanks for that, Richard and Ray. So just to end this short dialogue and sharing, I guess we all really want to reiterate the importance of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council. As Richard said, that's the sustainability. As Ray said, this is a great opportunity to get involved and to give back. So what we're saying is, you know, if you can recommend an 18 to 35-year-old talent, that will be great. And, you know, and if you're in that age range, it's I think this is an important opportunity to build the relationships between the diaspora youth and Jamaica. And that's both here in the UK as well as, you know, in Jamaica. And the aims and the support that the council is about to engage, about to empower and organize the youth of Jamaican heritage in the diaspora, and also to help and assist them to mobilize, connect and contribute to Jamaica's development. So I think it's a great opportunity. And for more information, as was mentioned, just go to globjamcouncils.com and you'll find a complete breakdown of what the council does or intends to do. And just to add to the end of this then, that the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is not an arm of the Government of Jamaica, and the members serve in the capacity of members of the diaspora. So it's not about the council representing the views of the government, and it is a diaspora body. And just before we close, once again, you can go to globjamcouncils.com. All the information's on there for voter registration, self-nomination, and also there's a document, frequently asked questions document, that will have all the information that we've spoken about this evening. So thank you very much and good night.
Good night.
Right.